the frick? I'm just chatting. What is going on? There we go. Okay, come on. I'm not doing anything that extreme. Okay, guys, I just had a bunch of drop frames there for a minute. How is everybody? Welcome back to Pegasus Angel Streams. I'm excited to talk about the Phoenix Fanfusion and hang out with you guys today. Let me get everybody in the know about me being live. Where is my... This is what I meant. Wait, I thought that I already went in here. I thought that I did. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Hello, Ash! Welcome to the stream! Oh gosh, Luna, hi. Yeah, Luna's here. Hello, Moose! Luna's here. Hi, baby. Yeah, Luna missed me. Luna was very mad at me when I got here. Thank you for the hugs and head pats. Let me go live on TikTok real fast. Live info. Okay. I need this to be, chatting, and Phoenix Fanfusion. Okay. Save. All right. And then go ahead and go live. And then I will start the camera. Whee! Okay. Is everything working the way it's supposed to? Go live! Yay! Perfect! Everything's working great. Sorta. Okay. All hail Queen Luna. Indeed. You're number 2. Heck yes. Not restreaming tonight? I should be restreaming tonight. Is Twitch not... It's okay. Okay, yeah. I was like, is Twitch not working with the... Yeah, I should be restreaming tonight. Need to reload this and get this put in the thing. So we're literally just going to be chatting and chilling today. I don't usually do very good with chat and chill, but I think it will be fine because I have so much I want to talk about, and we only have until 9:15 anyway. So yeah, we're gonna be chatting and chilling. And if anybody's seen the thumbnail, that is actually a picture of me in my Alistair cosplay with Amir Talai. That was the first day I was there. That was a lot of fun. Those of you on TikTok and Twitch won't see a thumbnail, but if you want to see the thumbnail, it's in the Discord for those of you that want to join the Discord. So Luna, punch and pie? No, yeah, sure. If you want some punch and pie, go ahead and make yourself some. Luna has been very needy since I got back. She's been wanting my love and attention, very much so. And I should be live on TikTok now. Yeah, it says I'm live. Okay. All right, let's do this. So, I had a blast. Those of you that are members got like first dibs at kind of some of the small little things that happened that were really great. She did miss me. Oh my god. But when I got back, freaking cat hissed at me. She hissed at me, guys. Luna hissed at me when I got back. I went to pet her and she hissed at me. I was like, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to make you upset. I had to do something fun. But yeah, she definitely did miss me. It was definitely all over me. You're really hyped for Splatoon Raiders, but the thing I'm most hyped about is the content extension for Splatoon 3. I did not come home with a treat for her. I barely had... When I came home, I had used pretty much all my money because the hotel took $200. $200 as a deposit for my room. And I haven't even gotten that back yet. I don't think. It's not showing up in my bank account yet. So, I literally came home with $8 in both of my bank accounts. Hello, Bob123472, and hello, Edit $. Welcome to the TikTok stream. So yeah, I didn't come home with a treat for her. When I got home, it was like 12:30, and I had to go to work that night. Hello, Ains and Juju. Welcome to the TikTok stream. You were being a bad hunter. You were gone for days and didn't have any noms. For shame. I know, I'm such a mean, terrible, awful cat parent. I'm the worst cat parent in the world. But no, she was really happy to see me. She has been literally crawling under my covers the last 2 days and sleeping with me underneath the covers. Oh my gosh, and it makes it so hot. Like, I'm like waking up sweating, and I'm like, why am I sweating? Because freaking Luna's a freaking hot box. Holy cow. She's under my covers, and it's crazy. But anyway, so I had Phoenix Fanfusion. I went to Phoenix Fanfusion. Hello, Sink or Swim. Issue paying for hotels on my debit. Normally it'd be 3 to 5 days after the end of my stay for the money to come back. Yeah, hopefully it'll come back soon. Especially because I just got paid today. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, I just got paid today. And with everything that I was doing, I've only got maybe $300 left to spend for the next 2 weeks. Hello, Angel Cakes. How are you? Hello, V-Buck. And welcome back, Ains and Juju. So yeah, so I went to Phoenix Fanfusion. It was a lot of fun. I've never been really good at chat and chill without doing something, so forgive me for that. But so the first Thursday night, welcome Mike Gregory. Thursday night was when Thursday afternoon was when I got on the airplane to Phoenix. Yes, go like the stream on YouTube. All right, Ash, see you in a little bit. Yes, I'm glad to be back. I'm super excited to talk about the Phoenix Fanfusion. So I got on the plane to Phoenix Thursday afternoon, and Phoenix is 2 hours behind me. So, yeah. How did I get displaced from number 1? I don't know. I don't know how the whole leaderboard system is messed up. It's a beta still, and it's so messed up. And I'm not the only one. We're not the only ones having issues with it, because I saw Nadina at the Comic-Con, and she said that Snap Click Cat has also been having issues with the system that YouTube has, the little number 1, number 2, number 3 system. Hello, Emily. Welcome to the TikTok Live. So yeah, I went to Phoenix Fanfusion. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was the Phoenix, Arizona is 2 hours behind me. Hello, Kalia69XOXO. Welcome to TikTok Live. Like a master bets. This is more alpha. But I got the plane, and I got put on the plane at 2:34, and I got to Phoenix, Arizona at like 3:45 in the afternoon. I took a taxi from the airport to my hotel, and then my hotel, I literally unpacked everything and just made it my home away from home, because I was going to be there till Monday morning anyway. So I just unpacked everything, hung up my cosplays, got my wigs pulled out, all that stuff. I already read it. It's too late. It's already been read. Hello, Dan Speed VR. Welcome to the TikTok stream. And hello, Goth Girl of the Night 12. Love your name. Love your name. And then basically, those of you that were able got to come to the Has-Been Hotel watch party that night, which, for those of you who don't know, if you join my Ko-Fi for $15 a month, you get, not only will you get a watch party of a TV series, and it won't be like the full TV series, but we'll like watch a season or something, or we'll start on a TV series, but you can also get a movie and a video game night. And also, so that's 3 things to think about. 3 things to think about if you're wanting to do that kind of stuff where we chat and chill and watch movies and stuff together. Go to Ko-Fi, join that $15 tier, and you've got all of those unlocked. It's going to be a lot of fun. It was a fun watch party, but you left on my favorite episode. Thank you for following Dan Speed VR. I appreciate that. Hello, Mr. Wright. Hello, Ray of Hope 16. Hello, Codexes and Brooklyn. Welcome to the TikTok stream. I was Sag. Well, don't worry. If you pay $15 a month on the Ko-Fi, you will get access to TV shows. We will do TV show streaming once a month. I am going to try to do things like I'm going to try to save like one day of the month for us to do something for everybody. That way nobody feels left out. I don't want anybody to feel left out. But if you're really 100%, you got too tired and I had a busy day at work. Oh, that's okay. No, you're fine. I get it. If you're really 100% wanting to do not only a live game night where we all get to voice chat, but a movie night where we don't get to voice chat, but we will have a chatting area for people watching the movie, and a TV night, go to Ko-Fi, join that $15 tier. That's going to be your best bet. Hi, Luna. Hello, Vicky. This is my kitty cat, Luna. So yeah, so I went to Phoenix Fanfusion. So after I unpacked everything in the hotel, we had the watch party. It was a lot of fun. I left the chat up so people could see kind of what we were talking about. It was crazy to me because I was like freaking out because I knew tomorrow, that next day, I was going to be meeting Angel Dust and Alistair's voice actors. So I was really freaking out. Hello, Tregan Rose, and hello, Sharkhead Sniper. Yes, Luna has been very, very clingy since I got back. So, yeah, because I've been gone so long. But anyway, so let's see, let's go first with some things here. So, we had the Hasbin Hotel watch party, and then my body freaking, because Phoenix, Arizona is 2 hours behind me. Go sign up for Mom's Ko-Fi so she can get me more treats. That's what Luna is saying. That's right. And if you are a part of that Ko-Fi, the $2 tier, you get access to videos before anybody else in the Discord. So, my members have gotten access to the first and second day of the Fanfusion. I haven't done my third day one yet. They got it early. Hello, Jackson and Vicky. Oh, wait, is that a different Vicky? No, I think that's the same Vicky. Welcome back. But I want Guest House X. Why? How are you, Frisk? So, the next day, we went to the Fanfusion. Okay. I had to use my GPS to figure out where the freaking center was because I didn't know anything about Arizona. But I will tell you this. Around Arizona, like Phoenix, Arizona, mountains. Just tons of mountains. It was so pretty. And I can't 100% say this for sure because the pilot didn't say anything about it. I'm pretty sure I saw the Grand Canyon when we were flying to Arizona. I'm like 99.9% sure I saw the Grand Canyon. I could be wrong, but I'm like 99.9% sure I saw the Grand Canyon on the airplane while we were flying to Arizona. Cravings, am I right? No kidding. I get it. Hello, Yubi! What's that? What is that? Hello, Claire! I'm doing good! What is a haboob? I feel very naive right now. Mark Grayson, Youngblood785 Keegan, Easton Hancock 1, Kelly Jackson 185, and Liza J. Twitch streamer, welcome to the TikTok Live. Oh, no, there were no dust storms. It was just really hot, honestly. And I like hot, so they're usually bigger than all things. Yeah, I didn't see any dust storms. I do know that we did have an air advisory, like a moderate air advisory the whole time I was there. I think a lot of that had to do with the fires that were in California. So yeah, that was fun. So I went to the area. I went to the place. Hello again, Reiki Nation and Liza J. Reiki, thank you so much for liking the live. So I went to the convention center. Pega likes hot. Pega likes jerks. Mapping. Pega would like Alistair in an oven. No, don't put Alistair in the oven. Alistair's my favorite character. Michelle Lee and Mrs. Taken Souls and Hubert, welcome to TikTok Live. So I went to the Phoenix, Arizona Convention Center. I got there at 9, went to the VIP lounge, found out all the perks that I get as a VIP member. Freaking free water, free storage space so you don't have to pay money for a locker. I don't know if that's the case for all the different Comic-Cons I'll be going to, but that was awesome. So I could just drop off, hello, Reiki Nation. I could just drop off my stuff once I got too much stuff. And I was able to keep it, in a safe area where there were people sitting there the whole time. First thing I did was I went to go spend my $100 on, Fanfusion, merchandise. Dang it, I forgot to grab out my shirts that I got. Give me 1 sec. I'll show you my shirts that I got. I'll show you some of the stuff I got. 1 second. I'll be back. I promise. Come on. Sesame seed. There we go. Okay. Okay, sorry. So this is the shirt I got with my t-shirt voucher. Because I got a t-shirt voucher as well. Yeah, I got some cool shirts. And then I got an $100 voucher where I could spend $100 on different things. And guys, this shirt, con exclusive for this year only. Isn't that freaking epic? It's so cool and I love it. And yeah, so I've got the pink and purple and black. And then I've got that blue one. So that was fun. So I went and I bought that. I got a bag. I got some pins and I got a keychain with that $100 voucher. I did end up spending because I bought this shirt. Yes, this is a con exclusive. Yeah, this was the con exclusive for 2025. And they sold out fast. I was lucky I got my hands on one. But yeah, this shirt is epic. And I'm going to be washing it so I can start wearing it. Love the design. Hello, Levi! Welcome to the TikTok Live. So, I got that. I got all my con exclusive merch. And then the doors opened at 10. So, I dropped off my bags and stuff at the VIP lounge. And then I went down the stairs. Yeah, I said Levi. Is it Levy? Sorry if I said your name wrong. Just tell me how to say it right and I'll say it right, I promise. Because all the autographs in the exhibitor hall, all that stuff was downstairs. Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. Okay. So, yeah. Went downstairs. Of course, guess whose line I was in first? I'm sure nobody could possibly guess whose line I was in first. The secret is I was in line for Amir. What's my favorite food? My favorite food is probably tacos. I like tacos. That's my favorite. It's what every time I have a birthday, that's what I have for my birthday. My birthday supper is tacos. But yeah, the designs are amazing on those shirts. So yeah, so I stood in line for Amir to Lie, of course. Your favorite is probably pizza. Yeah, a lot of people like pizza. Pizza's probably my second favorite. And for those of you who haven't seen the thumbnail because you're either on Twitch or on TikTok, let me show you the picture that I got with Amir Talai in my Alistair cosplay. I'm honestly surprised you reacted to my comments. Oh, well, I talk to everybody I can. I'm on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok, so I try to make sure I'm keeping track of everybody's comments. I can't skip Taco Tuesday myself. See, I can skip Taco Tuesday because we don't have, like, homemade. These I got from a Comic-Con. They're Alistair's ears. I got them from a Comic-Con. I used them for my cosplay at the Comic-Con that I went to. So, nope. I don't want that. Okay. Well, Luna, what are you doing, baby? Are you mad 'cause I'm not giving you enough attention? Yeah. I know. Tell me all about it. Okay. So for those of you who did not see, that's a picture of me with Amir Talai, the voice actor of Alistair. And let's just say I visited Amir Talai and Blake Roman pretty much every day of the con. Just say that. I also got a picture with Blake Roman in my Alistair cosplay. Hello, Rod the Dalmatian. Yep, Luna is very loud and needy today because I've not been home. I got back home yesterday. And she's not had me since Thursday, so she's been very, very needy. So yeah, so I got those. Yeah, they're good pictures. Are they? I know, and you know who the Amir and Blake were the ones that took the picture. So that was awesome. Your sister wants a cat too. I love kitty cats. Hello, Nadina. So yeah, so I went and I saw Blake and Alistair. Blake and Amir. Oh my god. Here's my VIP ticket. I had to have this, and there was a bracelet that came with it that I had to have in order to get all my VIP perks. But I was literally the first one to see Amir on Friday when he got there. Yeah, I was the first one! Yeah! I was his first customer! It was pretty cool. She wants an orange cat. Orange cats are cool. I love orange cats. You have cats too, Rod? Nice. So, I went and I saw Amir Talai and Blake Roman, and they signed this picture for me. And then I went to the Hasbin Hotel AMA. There was a Hasbin Hotel AMA where Blake Roman and Amir Talai were there, and I got to ask the first question. Who's my favorite character? She says they're dumb, that's why she wants one. My favorite character from Hasbin Hotel is Alistair. I got to be number one Becca Senpai. Ha! I know, I haven't even gotten to that part yet, though. So I went to the Ask Me Anything for Hasbin Hotel. Amir Talai and Blake Roman were there. And the question I asked was, what was their most wholesome experience they ever had at a con? He's one of your favorite characters too? Alistair's awesome. Yep, no, I got to see Amir Talai, the voice actor for Alistair, at Phoenix Fanfusion. Part of the reason I flew from Missouri to Phoenix, Arizona was just to see Amir Talai and Blake Roman. Because I didn't know if they would ever come to Missouri. If there was a character that was stronger than Alistair, who do you think it was? I can't say who it is because I ended up seeing some leaks and it made me very mad. I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. So I asked them what was the most wholesome thing they'd ever had at the con. And everybody in the room, when I asked my question, was like, "Aww." Oh, it's a assassination classroom. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but it's assassination classroom. I know you're on TikTok, so you probably can't see it, but it's assassination classroom. Oh yeah, I love assassination classroom. So like everybody in the audience was like, "Aww," you know, and I was like, I didn't even realize it was that sweet of a question to ask what was the most wholesome thing that happened at a con. I was like, why? What's your favorite hell of a boss? I forgot their name. I like Stolas. I like Stolas a lot. Although I also really like the Beelzebub. I really like her too. So I asked that, and then Amir said his most wholesome moment at a con was when everybody from the voice cast was together at the first con after the season had been released. And they looked at each other and they knew that they were going to be going different places with their careers. And so they spent as much time as they possibly could with each other. What do I think is the hardest math? I suck at math. I'm so bad at math. Like, the fact that I know 2 plus 2 is a miracle. Yeah, I'm still on day 1. Yup. And then Blake said that he also felt like that was probably one of the most wholesome moments. I can't even do 1 plus 1. I feel you, Levi. I feel you, man. 100%. So Blake said that was one of his most wholesome moments too. And then he also said that also another thing is that he really feels like meeting everybody at the con is one of the most wholesome things he gets to do as well. So all of us that come meet him at the con. And then he was like, okay, well, come to my table later and I'll be mean to you, because everybody was laughing at Amir being mean. And Blake is just the sweet, like, I'm not even kidding. Blake is so sweet. Like, oh my gosh. He is a sweetheart. And he just doesn't know how to be mean. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. And he's such a sweetheart. And he's like, come to my table later and I'll be mean to you after I ended the question. And he said, thank you, baby, when I finished the question. It was so cute. I was like, he called me baby. You ever come back to Arizona? I'm wearing a sign that says #1 Pegasus. Oh, God. And I said, okay, I'll take you up on that offer. So I went back to his table and I said, you told me you were going to be mean to me and I want to get your autograph. So I got his autograph. And he started making fun of my Alistair hair, is what he started doing. He was just making fun of my Alistair hair. Joking around. He's like, is that your normal style? And he was saying it in Angel Dust's voice. Which was hilarious. Lena, I don't want to hit you. And so that was fun. And then I went shopping and I got a new freaking obsession, guys. All right, I got a new freaking obsession. And because I live in Missouri, we don't have a Pop Mart here. What's my favorite song? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite song unless you're talking from the Hasbin Hotel series. And then my favorite song would probably either be Respectless or Ready for This. So we don't have Pop Marts. Yeah, my hair looks more pink whenever I'm wearing it in the 1 ponytail instead of the 2 ponytails because of the fact that the pink is all underneath the brown. Hello, Erasmo Ramirez. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube if you're new or follow on Twitch if you're new. So we don't have Pop Marts. We don't have Pop Marts in Missouri. And so the only way I can get my hands on these is at cons. So I got myself my very first Labubu. Very first Labubu. And the guy asked, this is the newest set, Big Energy. The guy asked me what was my favorite, or which one I was wanting. And I told him I was really wanting the Biggest Energy set. This one from the Biggest Energy set. And he actually looked for it and found this for me. Phoenix Fanfusion? Yes, I went to Phoenix Fanfusion, Kazoo. How are you? Welcome to the stream. So the guy found this one for me, and this little guy's name is Loyalty, which I didn't know their names whenever I saw it. I just knew that I really liked the pink and yellow. But this guy's name is Loyalty, which is perfect because everybody knows I'm pretty loyal. Yeah, Missouri. No, I went to Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, no, I left Missouri and went to Phoenix, Arizona. I live in Missouri. Yeah, I live in Missouri. I went to Phoenix, Arizona. What's my favorite horror movie? Probably the Final Destination series. Yeah, I was in Arizona. Okay, so I got the Labubu. Oh! I forgot that you lived there, Kazoo. I wish I'd have remembered. I would have totally messaged you because I met up with Nadina at the Fanfusion. We could have totally met up. I'm so sorry. I didn't remember you lived in Arizona. Oh my God, now I feel terrible. Because I don't know when I'm going back to Arizona. Although if they have as good of people as they did this year, next year, it might be sooner than I think. You're going to have to go to the Terrifier, all of them, or Texas Chainsaw again, all of them. Yes. And so then we had there, I kind of just, perused the shopping floor and everything. And there was a Has Been Hotel sing-along that night. So I went back to the hotel, got myself some supper, ate my supper, and then went to the Has Been Hotel sing-along. All these people were dressed up as the characters from Has Been Hotel, and they were staying in character, and the sing-along went from like 10:30 to almost midnight, and then I walked back to my hotel after that. I wasn't there. Aww. So, yeah, but this is Loyalty. This is the only one I remember the name of, so just saying that right now. So I went to the Has Been Hotel sing-along. We got to sing a lot of songs. They didn't just do Has Been Hotel, they did Hell of a Boss songs too. And we got to sing, so we were singing You Like to Play Doom. One of my games I like to play a bunch of video games. I usually am a video gamer. I usually video game. So, yeah, I get that. We sang I was sad we didn't sing Mastermind. We didn't sing Mastermind, which made me sad because Mastermind's one of the best songs out of the whole series. Like, but we sang, they sang a bunch of Hell of a Boss songs, like the one about Stolas being nervous about talking to Blitz and giving him the stone that lets him go to the Earth anytime. And then we sang the song that is it Octavia? I think it's Octavia. Stolas' daughter sings at the end of the last season about how he's going to be gone for years and only remember her name. So we have to get a new one tomorrow. Oh no, how did your frying pan go missing? Yeah, no, I forgot you lived in Arizona. I totally forgot. But how have you been, Kazoo? Because I haven't seen you in a while. I've been wondering how you've been doing. But anyway, so yeah. So then I also went and I got Charles Martinet. Okay, this is epic. Okay, so Charles Martinet, for anybody who doesn't know, Put up some missing posters for the frying pan. Yes. Voices Mario in the N64 series and on. And as you can see, he put woohoo right there, and then Super Pegasus Angel Superstar, and then signed his name down here with a little boo ghost. The person in front of me had brought, the part I remember was him saying Yahoo! Yeah. The person in front of me had brought like a insert of the, what was it? I think it was Mario Kart for the GameCube. And I kid you not, hello, Mango Ninja! Hugs, head pats, and no Dr. Pepper? Don't take away my Dr. Pepper! That puts me in a bad mood. I have to have my Dr. Pepper. You have no clue how the frying pan went missing. So I kid you not. So the person in front of me brought like a little insert for Mario Kart on the GameCube. And every single one of the characters Charles Martinet plays was on there. Okay? So because where I was at, where the VIP lane was, and because I was next in line after this girl, I got to see what he did. He literally signed by every character on her GameCube thing in the color that matches most closely to that character, and then put their little catchphrase. Probably the Angel. The Angel's my favorite. And he would repeat the catchphrase in the voice of that character, and it was so amazing. Yes, if he's ever here, yeah, you should. It was amazing. Like, I was like, oh my god. I was like, man, I really wish I would have brought like Smash Brothers or something for him to sign, or Melee, because he did. He signed like every character's name and then put their little catchphrase and said it while he signed it. He was such a sweet dude. A really sweet dude. Like, I was so nice to meet him. And like, you know, I don't really play the Mario games, but everybody knows Charles Martinet, you know. I grew up on Mario, and I remember playing N64 Mario all the time. You know. I could have even brought my own, like, my Mario Kart for my Switch if I'd have known that he was gonna sign by every character he played. You know? I was like amazed. So anyway, I forgot to talk about seeing him. Then I went to the sing-along, and like I said, they were all dressed up like different characters from Hazbin Hotel, and they were staying in character, and they had a little script going on between the songs where Alistair would announce what the next song was and things like that. The girl that was cosplaying as Charlie did a great job acting like Charlie. Alistair did a great job acting like Alistair. Freaking Sir Pinchus, the dude that was playing Sir Pinchus, got the voice down and everything. Like, for real. Had the voice down. It was crazy. Oh, I will type my YouTube channel for you. It is Pegasus Angel. That's my YouTube channel. You can find me there, or if you want to follow me on Twitch, it is Pegasus Angel 23. So yeah. Hello, Orville. Didn't you go to the same... Yeah, Nadina did go to the same con, but we haven't gotten there yet. I'm too excited about talking about the first part of the con. So that was a lot of fun, and... You know, Friday I was doing pretty good. I was having a pretty decent day. Things were going all right. Yeah, I can. Yep. So, YouTube, Pegasus Angel, and Twitch, Pegasus Angel 23. Yep, there you go. You like my costume? Thank you. It turned out pretty good. It was 4 floors. I know! It was a lot. Thank you for following, Levi. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fours. So, but the sing-along was fun. We sang a bunch of songs, Helluvaverse songs, Has Been Hotel songs. And then I got back to my hotel, okay? And so, guys, here's the issue, okay? Missouri is 2 hours ahead of Phoenix, Arizona. All right? So, Thursday night when I got there, it was technically 9 o'clock when I started, 9 o'clock in Missouri. When I started the Has Been Hotel watch party at 7, I was freaking exhausted. Like, exhausted after that was over. Went straight to bed. Aw, thank you, Levi. That's really sweet. Went straight to bed. And then my body decided, even though I went to bed at 12, Phoenix, Arizona time, it was going to wake me up at 6 in the morning. 6 in the freaking morning. And I was like, really? Really? Why? I was like excited. I was like, I'm getting 2 extra hours of sleep. Woo! My body's like, nope, you're not getting 2 extra hours of sleep. Sorry. Don't feel like giving you 2 hours, extra hours of sleep. All right, see you later, Levi. It's been nice meeting you and talking to you. Have a good rest of the night or day if I don't see you again. It was at the Phoenix Convention Center. It was big, yeah. Yeah, it was huge. So, anyway, after that, I went back to bed after the sing-along. Or I went to bed after the sing-along. And I didn't even get to bed till like 1:30 that night because I got lost on my way to my hotel. Because I'm a dumbass and I suck at directions at night. Even though I have my cell phone in front of me telling me exactly where to go, I was like, no, you're wrong. And I tried to go a different way. I got lost getting to my hotel. So I didn't even get home till 1:30 or to the hotel until 1:30 Saturday morning. And I went to bed. I'm like, surely I'll sleep until about 8 or 9. Surely. I set my alarm for 8. My body woke me up at 6 o'clock again. Only this time it was like 6:30. See you later, Levi! But yeah. So I woke up at 6 o'clock again. I was a tad upset because the authors and artists for comics were charging... Were they charging fees? I didn't realize they were charging fees for their thing. Actually, speaking of Alistair Snuggles, oh, we'll get there. 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 So, my body woke me up at 6 again. I went and I ate breakfast at the hotel because I got free breakfast for my stay there. And then I went to the VIP room and just hung out for a bit. And then I went downstairs and waited in line to get more autographs because I had more people I wanted to get autographs from. So we saw that I got the selfies with Blake Roman and Amir Talai. And then I got Amir Talai to sign and Blake Roman to sign this Alistair picture. And then I went and I got Blake Roman to sign another picture after the Ask Me Anything because he said he'd say something mean to me. The next day, actually, oh, also I also got C3PO's signature, Friday. So I got C3PO's signature Friday as well. The next day, I went back, and because I had noticed that Amir Talai was offering videos. So he was offering videos. Your mom was proud to avoided comics. I'm proud of you too, because it can be hard to do that, especially when you really like something. So I found out Amir was offering videos. So the first thing I did, of course, was stand in Amir's line. Okay, and as you can see, like, I didn't ask for a quote or anything, but the first thing Amir said was, hello, right there. So the next thing I did was I stood in Amir's line. I didn't want to leave. I came back. You're good. You're good. The OG3 are okay. And I went ahead and got another autograph because I wanted to see Amir again. Talk to him a bit more because I'm like, I was a little bit starstruck yesterday. Sorry I didn't talk much. And I got the autograph and the quote, "That's the T" on the autograph from Amir. And then I talked to Amir. I'm like, okay, so here's my question. I was like, I noticed you offer videos. If I were to give you a scenario, would you be able to act out, like, would you be able to act like Alistair in that scenario? Is Alistair really that good? He is to me. He is to me. And he's like, yeah, I can. I'm like, are you good at improving and stuff? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm really good at improving. I'm like, okay, cool, because Steve Burns wasn't so good at improving. I had to just tell him be himself because he got so freaked out whenever I asked for the video. And I'm like, I'll come back and get it later. You know, that's what I said. Because I had to go to a photo shoot, or photo op. Oh no, Orville, he took Pegasus. Alistair, don't take my autographs! So I went to a photo op with Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner. And then got them to sign the picture. So that was fun. And I talked to them and they were like, wait, you used to watch Star Trek Next Generation with your dad? I'm like, yeah, I did. How do I come back since I joined you? I mean, you're still here. I don't know how you came back after you joined me, but you're still here, so you did something right. And he's like, yeah, no stealing the autographs. No stealing the autographs. And they didn't believe me. They were like, there is no way. There is no way you watch Star Trek Next Generation with your dad. I'm like, I'm 38 years old. And they were like, oh, whoa, so you were like 1 when Star Trek The Next Generation first came out. I'm like, yeah, and it went for several years. And I remember sitting Indian style on the floor watching Star Trek with my dad. Star Trek will always have a special place in my heart because I remember watching that with my dad. That was something I did with my dad, and that's why I always get the Star Trek people whenever they're there. And then after I got that done, I felt really bad because I was trying to find Nadina. Like, we were trying to meet up. Nadina and I were trying to meet up. Hello, Austin! Nadina and I were trying to meet up. Nadina was getting Charles Martinet's autograph. I got Amir Talai's autograph, and then I went and I got Brent Spiner and Jonathan Frank's autograph. And then I said, okay, here's the deal. I have one more autograph I want to get. I want to go see Amir Talai and have him do a video for me. And then I said, and then we can, you know, meet up and hang out until you're ready to leave. So, yeah, no stealing. The only big complaint I had was lack of seating with my dad. Yeah. No, you can't take away the selfies. Yeah, no, I get that. Okay, so you guys probably won't be able to hear this very good. And so basically what I did was I said, okay, Amir, here's the deal. I have days. I have bad days. We all have bad days. It's okay. It's okay to have a bad day. I'm like, the scenario I'm wanting you to go with is Alistair knows that I'm useful somehow. And so he is trying to stay on my good side because he knows he can use me in the future, basically, for something. So that was the scenario I gave Amir. Yeah, Nadina, yeah. I did find you guys. I found them first before I went and got my photo op. I found Nadina and everybody, and Nadina gave me my little cat stuffed animal. Let me get it. Let me get my cat stuffed animal real fast. Nadina gave me the little kitty cat stuffed animal, which is super cute. I love it. I love it so much. So I got to meet Nadina, and I met her mom, and was it your uncle? I think it was your uncle. And Nadina gave me the little cat stuffed animal. Eee! which was awesome. It was so fun. And then we went our separate ways because Nadina wanted to get Charles Martinet's autograph and I wanted to get my photo op done and my autographs on that. And then before I went to meet back up with Nadina, like I said, I went to see Amir Talai again after he had given me that autograph that said that's the T. Stop. 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 And I had him do a video for me, guys. Now, don't think anything different. Yeah, it was your uncle. I thought so. Luna, honey, where you're at, you're going to get ran over by my chair, baby. I love you to pieces, but I don't want to run you over with my chair. So I want you guys to understand that it's really hard for me to share these videos. They're pretty personal to me, but I'm going to go ahead and share them anyway because they took them so seriously that I just can't not share them. And I want people to realize it is okay. Yes, we should totally name it Mr. Rose. It is okay to have bad days. And, you know, I know I come across as someone who's always positive and happy, but there are days I have bad days. And Saturday was one of those days. Yes, Nadina made that plushie. Nadina made that. Isn't that cool? And so I told Amir the little thing, and he did the video.
Pegasus Angel, I'm so sorry you're having a difficult day today. Listen, the next person who bothers you, tell me exactly where they are, and I will come for them in their sleep and make them rue the day they ever crossed you. And if that doesn't work, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
So I don't know if you guys heard that, but let me know if you guys could hear that. I can't take the Nadina plushie. You can't take anything. I like the Mr. Rose. I think that's a good name for it. So I hope you guys heard that. That was the video Amir did for me in Alistair's voice, which I thought was super sweet. And I ended up... What am I wearing? I'm wearing Alistair ears. That's what I'm wearing. How are you, Allie? And then after that, yes. After that, I looked at Amir and I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. May I give you a hug? Guys, Amir let me give him a hug. I got a hug from Amir Talai. I was like so happy. Like it was, I remember I went to Nadina after I got my video. And I was like, Amir Talai gave me a hug. Oh my God. I was like freaking out. Heard it fine on YouTube. And then after that, Nadina and we hung out for a while. We walked around the exhibitor hall. And I still had an obsession with Labubus. And we found a Labubu place. And I ended up buying another Labubu from the first ever set. But Nadina and we spent about 2 or 3 hours together just hanging out and chilling until Nadina's like, okay, I gotta go. My back is hurting. I was like, I totally understand and don't want you to wear yourself out. So we went back and met her mom and uncle. And then we said our goodbyes, which I had so much fun meeting you, Nadina. And it was such a blast. Aw, Nadina, thank you. I wish I did have a blanket or a warm jacket. How are you, Paul? You actually met Dr. Steins from Soul Eaters VA, but the person who was with him was pushy and low-key kind of guilt-trippy. Ew, that's not good. See, the people that I met at the con whenever I was waiting in line for autographs, all of them were really sweet. Speaking of which, did you get my email on the topic? I did get your email, and I will be figuring that out for you. I will be sending you something about that soon. I'm trying to figure out what. There was one question on there where I have to figure out 3 of something, and I'm trying to figure out the 3 things that I think would work the best. So, yeah. But we will get there soon. We will get there soon. I was the first streamer you ever met? Aww! Well, I had a blast with you, Nadina. It was so much fun to hang out with you, and you know how you say you're kind of like my sister? Honestly, you really were a lot like my sister in real life. Whenever we were hanging out for that three hours, I felt like I had my sister with me, and it felt so nice. It did. It felt really nice. Sure, on YouTube, but I'm loving the Switch 2 in my gym membership. Oh, you got Switch 2? I haven't gotten the Switch 2 yet. My day was good, Austin. How was your day? Who've been sitting with him that threw me off? Oh, yeah. I can't wait to play Stanley Parable again starting next week. We're going to play more Stanley Parable. Yours was good as well. I'm glad to hear that, Austin. I was away from my parents and in a different state, so being dragged somewhere by someone I didn't know was not comforting. I have not yet gotten to try the latest Deltarune chapters. Thank you so much for liking the live on TikTok, Austin. Because I'm saving for a Switch 2 right now. I didn't really fangirl. I'm usually pretty good at keeping my cool and, remembering, hey, they're people. But I was a little shy when I met him the first time. I didn't really talk as much as I normally do. But by the second and third time I met him, it wasn't that bad. She told me to hide it. Could you send me your Stanley Parable schedule? I no longer have Discord or Twitter. I'll let you know. Usually, I think right now Stanley Parable is going to be on Monday. Hades is going to be on Tuesday. And then Wednesday is kind of up in the air. I don't know what we're going to have kind of thing. Which is what it's been for a while. Where Wednesday has been kind of the day where we just do different things sometimes. Hello, Matthew Myers! Welcome to the stream! So yeah, so I met Nadina. It was super fun. We hung out in the exhibitor hall, walking around. I bought my Labubu from the first set. So now I officially have 2 Labubus. I had to buy a friend for loyalty, so I did. I think this one's name is Toffee Bean, but I'm not 100% sure. I did fangirl after the hug. I will admit that. When Amir pulled me into a hug, I kept my cool, and then as soon as I saw Nadina, I was like, Amir's alive, hugged me, oh my god! No, I haven't done any Stanley Parables for a while, because I've not been here. I've been in Arizona. I just got back yesterday from Arizona. Yes! You got to see me open the Labubu, and I'm like, well, it's not pink, but it's still cute. I couldn't tell if it was gray or blue. Its ears are blue, so I'm assuming it's supposed to be some kind of blue color, but it looks gray. But yeah, Labubus are adorable. They're so cute. Of course, I have to kind of keep them hidden because people are literally causing stampedes in stores over these things and breaking into cars for these things. Is that not ridiculous? Oh, yeah. I got we went to another shop and they had these really, really soft stuffed animals. The axolotl that I got is actually sitting on my bed. I'll go grab it real fast. So, Nadina bought a dragon from the shop and a red hot smelling candle, which, it smelled really good. I was tempted, but I knew I was on a budget, so I couldn't do much. And then I bought myself an axolotl, and I'll go get it. Hello, Kirby! There's my axolotl. He's super, super soft. He's my axolotl friend. And I can wear him on my finger. See? It's my axolotl friend that I got while we were at that stand. Nadina bought a dragon. I bought the axolotl. Hello, Kirby. How are you? Arizona tea isn't made in Arizona. No, it's not. So yeah, this is my little plushie friend. I gave him the card and then I'm like, am I allowed to take my plushie friend home now? And he's like, yes, you can take your plushie friend home. I'm like, yay! So yeah, that was awesome. And then after Nadina left, I went back to the hotel and I ate some food because I had a your gray dragon is now named Hornsby. I love it. Been playing it heck out of Forgotten Land. Oh man, I need to play that again. Oh, so far I've been talking all about it this stream. So if you've missed anything, what am I at? It's already 8:08 and I'm only on the second day. Wow. Man alive. 8:08, I'm only on the second day. I also am answering any questions as well. Got a chance to meet Steve Burns. Oh, you got to meet Steve Burns and Todd Habercorn? Okay, I've met Steve Burns before. I never got to meet Todd Habercorn. I would love to meet Todd Habercorn. You got some good Splatoon 3 stuff yesterday? I heard that we did. By the way, guys, that Ko-Fi, I'm telling you right now, that is the best way to make sure that I get a majority of the money if you're wanting to support the channel for any reason whatsoever. And if you pay $15 a month, then you get access to free TV shows monthly, free movies monthly, and a free gaming night monthly. So, just something to think about. I tried to make it as cheap as I possibly could for those of you that like to hang out and chat and chill while watching a movie or watching a TV show or voice chatting in a game, that kind of thing. It's just $15 a month, and that's it. I know $15 may seem like a lot, but that's really not that much for what you're getting. Those of you that were at the Has-Been Hotel watch party on Thursday night, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a blast. Your cousins liked the blind boxes your uncle got. Yours was okay, and your mom got some cool stuff. Nice! Yeah, no, Nadina's family bought a bunch of blind boxes. And then we saw a blind box of Has-Been Hotel, but I'm like, no, I'll pass. Because I wanted to have enough money for what I was going to do the next day. So after Nadina left, we said our goodbyes at the exit. And then I went back, grabbed my stuff from the VIP room, and then went to my hotel and hung out at my hotel until about 7:30. And then walked back over to the convention center because they had a Has-Been Hotel lounge at 8:30. As of late, been in a lot of VTuber streams. Hey, I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch too, so I get it. So yeah, so I got back, and when I got there was already a line forming. I passed out a bunch of Has-Been Hotel stickers with my YouTube channel name on the back of it, and a bunch of Alistair stickers because I was in my Alistair cosplay. Since an ad showed up, did you see my comment about the con? Yes, I did see the comment about the con. That you saw Todd Habercorn and Steve Burns and Allison. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I went in to the Has-Been Hotel lounge. I didn't know what to expect. It was the same people that ran the Has-Been Hotel sing-along yesterday. And guys, I have a confession to make. I got a crush on a real-life person. I got a crush on a real-life person. But anyway, first, I'll tell you about that in a minute. So anyway, when I got back to the hotel, The only other thing I got was that Eevee tumbler. Oh yeah, I remember that. When I got back to the hotel, I was pretty, I don't know, I was just really down and having a rough day and kind of homesick. So I called my parents and I talked to my parents for a little bit. Yay! Congratulations on number 1. I was going to get it for you. I went out for tacos. What I miss? A lot. I'm on day 2 of the con, near the evening. So I got a crush on a real life person. So the Has-Been Hotel Lounge, basically they had all these characters dressed up and they themed all the tables. So like Vox's table had like what do you meme on it. Alistair's table had this game about a radio mic on it. Charlie had a game about getting along and her table was all decorated in rainbow sprinkles and stuff. It was pretty interesting. So yeah. But I ended up getting put at Vox's table. And the first thing I said when I saw Vox was like, "Aw, man, I really wanted Alistair." Am I simpy enough to stay number 1? And he picked up on that, and he made it very obvious he picked up on that. No, I didn't have a booth. I didn't have a booth. No, this is me just going to the con as a normal person. It's just that Nadina was in Phoenix, Arizona and met with me. That's how me and Nadina met up. So I said, "Oh man, I really wanted Alistair." Oh boy, guys. These Has-Been Hotel cosplayers took their parts freaking seriously. I'm not even kidding. One of the best Has-Been Hotel lounges I have, one of the best cosplay lounges I have ever been to. Vox, hearing me say that, made it very obvious that he did not appreciate that I liked Alistair better than him. And then we were waiting to hear what we were supposed to do. We had the game What Do You Meme? So I kind of already knew what we were going to do because I knew what Do You Meme is. But one of the people at my table was like, everybody else is talking to their table and Vox is just standing there not saying shit. And he started cracking up. But he was trying to hide it. But it was like, oops, out of character moment. But it was great. It was great. And he like turned around so no one could see him and he started cracking up because that girl had said, "Vox isn't telling us shit, typical Vox." And then this dude literally walked around the table, hands behind his back, standing up straight, looking exactly like Vox. I'm not even kidding. He didn't have the TV head on. He just had a normal face. But he looked exactly like Vox. And so while we were playing What Do You Meme, he ended up doing a couple things that kind of got to me a little bit, and I kind of got a little bit of a crush on the dude. Nah, I didn't drop lines like that. I got a little bit of a crush on the dude. And I know he probably has a significant other because he's a nice, he seems like a really nice guy. And, he was very attractive. But dude, I said that and then Vox picked up on that immediately, okay? And I'm not even kidding when I tell you he was the first one to do a picture for What Do You Meme? And then he picked my card, so I won. And then the next person that did the picture for What Do You Meme, I didn't even hear him behind me. I didn't hear him behind me. All of a sudden, there's a card flying from my left onto the table. And I'm like, what? Hi? You know? And then he was just walking around the table, hands behind his back. He had like, he was trying to use that deep voice, that Vox has. Yeah, it does check out. It does. Yeah, we did make plans to meet, Paul. That's how we got to meet. So he's walking around the table, and then I don't remember there was another card that got dropped. Or another meme picture that got dropped, and then all of a sudden, I didn't even hear him behind me. Card thrown up on my right. He threw the card on my right. And at that point, I'm like, what am I feeling? Like, I felt like he was paying attention to me, and I liked it. Hello, Death Annihilator. It felt like he was giving me individualized attention, and I really appreciated it. I think he did that with everybody, but I didn't notice because I was too flustered by the fact that he'd come up behind me and thrown his card on the left without me hearing him, and then he did the same thing on the right. I'm like, how did I not hear you, dude? What the fuck? And then because of that, I ended up liking Vox, and they did these little things called checkies where they took little Polaroid pictures and signed it with their names. Thanks, Luna, for knocking my mouse down. I appreciate that. I wasn't full uwu. Like, he came up behind me and he threw the card on my left and threw the card on my right, and I felt like I was like wrapped in a warm hug. And then any eye contact he made with me, and anytime he was near me, I was like, I'm feeling something, and I don't know what it is, but I like it. So then they had these things called checkies, which was basically a Polaroid of the characters you wanted. And I paid money to get a picture with Vox and Alistair. You can't see it very good. It was a little blurry, but they did sign it the way you would assume Vox and Alistair would sign their names. I simply got surprised. No, I got a crush. I have to admit it. I got a crush. So that was a really enjoyable experience. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. I wished I could have gone in and done more, but there were so many people waiting in line for the lounge, and there were only 3 sessions. See, I thought it was going to go from 8:30 to 12. And so if you got in, you were in for the rest of the night. But no, it only went from 8:30 to like 9:30. And then they started calling in the next group. But I really was like, what am I feeling? What am I feeling? Yeah, thank you for dropping my mouse. I appreciate it. And can you like not be right by my chair so I don't run over you, honey? I love you to pieces, but what the heck? Everything got taken down. Boop. Do. There we go. Time for me to head out. Great seeing you again, and I'm pumped for your next Stanley Parable stream. Yep, that'll be next Monday. So I hope to see you then, Paul. She is. She's like all over me. Does Christian Borle have a cameo? Speaking of, I bought the tickets for GalaxyCon St. Louis. And so far, as long as he doesn't cancel, Christian Borle's going to be there. And he's also going to be giving me a comfort audio like I did with Alistair. I didn't tell you that because that was after you left. That was the Has Been Hotel Lounge that went from 8:30 to 11 or to 12. So I didn't even know that I had gotten a crush on the dude until after you left. And then I went home and I went to bed because I was just having a bad night. Like, I literally bawled in my hotel room on Saturday. And I don't know if it was just the fact that I was so overwhelmed and excited and have been looking forward to the trip and been nervous about the trip and all this other stuff just finally hitting me all at once. But I tell you what, that Alistair audio was so nice to have. Not even kidding. I watched it like 3 or 4 times. I watch it pretty much every day right now. It was really nice to have. Yes, that's right. I'm not so... You can't... You don't say things. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yay. We got a Twitch bot. Hello, Twitch bot. No, thanks. I'm good. I am doing great without you boosting my viewers. And so I was very upset. I had a really rough night that night. Yep, what happens at the con stays at the con. Be gone, bot. Oh yeah, you were texting me for a bit. I didn't say because of what you were texting me, Nadina. I didn't want to say anything about what was going on because you were dealing with something pretty big at that moment, and I wanted to make sure that my full attention was on you about because of what was going on. I'm not going to say what was going on, but I wanted to make sure my attention was on you at that time, which is why I didn't say anything about the whole Vox thing. Gonna pull a Flowey on this Twitch bot. So then after I had a rough night and cried in my hotel room and tried to understand what the fuck I was feeling with the dude that played Vox, because he felt like an old friend. Like, it literally felt like an old friend to me. When he came up on my left and came up on my right, it felt like he knew me. Like he was an old friend. And so he reminded me of somebody. I don't know who he reminded me of, but I got a crush on him. So, yeah. I know, but you were dealing with a lot at that time, and I didn't want to, overshadow, like, I didn't want to put myself before you, because you needed me more at that moment than for me to be talking about the con. You know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, we got a crush on the guy that played Vox in the Has-Been Hotel. So hopefully if I can figure out how to do it, I can find out who this dude is and get his contact information. So the next day I woke up and I actually woke up at 8 o'clock. It was amazing. My body didn't wake me up at 6. It woke me up at 8. My body was finally getting used to the Arizona time zone. Or wait, no. Yeah. Friday I woke up at 6. Saturday I woke up at 6. Sunday I woke up at 8. My body was finally getting used to Arizona's time zone. Just in time for me to go home, of course. Because, that's how it is. I'm sorry, Nadina. I know, but I was more worried about you and your family at that moment. I'm sorry. I'll remember that for next time, though. And I have your text. I have your number, so I can text you and call you anytime. So, yeah. But I'll remember that for next time. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I didn't think about it. Bro, I'm back. I don't know if you remember me, but I was here. Yes, I remember you, Levi. Welcome back. Welcome back. You ate 30 cherries and 3 blood oranges? Dang. So the next day, my body woke me up at 8. And I'm like, yay! My body's finally getting used to Arizona's time zone. And then I'm like, oh, it's Sunday. I have to go back home tomorrow. Woohoo! But then the first person I went to, because... So there was a person that was only there on Sunday. And so that was the first person I went to get an autograph. I didn't stop at Amir's table first like I have been. But, guys, freaking Dwight from The Office was at the Comic-Con in Phoenix. And I got his signature. I was gonna get a selfie with him, but I decided against it because I decided that I wanted another Labubu. And I had to budget stuff. I will remember that for next time. I didn't realize you were bored out of your mind. I'm sorry. I was also just having a rough night where I was literally crying. I've just been talking about the Phoenix Fanfusion. Doesn't matter. He's Dwight to me. He will always be Dwight. His name is Rainn Wilson, but he will always be Dwight in my heart. And so then after that, I was like, I noticed I had noticed on Saturday that Blake Roman had put up that he did videos too. And so I went to Blake Roman and had him do a video in Angel Dust's voice, which was a comfort video for me. So let me grab that up real fast. Oh. Actually, I won't show the selfie. I won't show the selfie on mine because I don't know if Nadina would want that shown, but here's a better picture of the guy that played Vox that I had a crush on. No, I said Dwight. No matter what I'm dealing with. I know. I just was worried. I just personally wanted to make sure that you were getting everything you could, you know, all you could do with your family. It's okay, Levi. Nobody has to give me money. I stream for free. I stream because I enjoy it. I don't need money. It's okay. The likes are fine. The talking and chatting with me is fine. I enjoy all of that. Okay, so I went... Okay.
Guess what?
Whoa, okay.
You
Stop!
are worthy.
Stop! Okay. So I got Blake Roman to... I told Blake Roman the scenario. I'm like, okay, so Angel Dust can tell I'm having a bad day. And I was like, there's days I just have really bad days and I want a comfort audio in Angel Dust's voice. Do you think you can improv that? And Blake Roman was like, oh, yeah, sure. I could have taught you how to make a How I Spent My Con Vacation slide deck in OBS. That would be interesting. He'll always be Dwight. Dwight to me. What is the hardest word to say to me? Probably kitten. Kitten and button. Anytime it's got the two T's, I end up pronouncing it as two D's instead of two T's. To make sure she okay. Aw, it's okay. It's okay, Nadina. I was fine. It was just when I got back to the hotel, everything just hit me all at once. And I think the guy that played Vox noticed that. And that's why he was giving me so much, like, individualized attention at the hotel lounge. Even Charlie, the girl that played Charlie, kind of seemed like she kind of knew something was up. I didn't realize my eyes looked sad. The pic with you? Yeah. Do you want me to show it? Happy to be your cuddle buddy. Heck yes. Probably one of the best pics I had with me and Nadina. You can show the simp pic. Oh, the simp pic? Okay. Then here's me and Nadina standing by the most ludus booth we could find just for Moose. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It is a pretty long word. So anyway, pause.
Guess what?
Pause. Stop. Okay. So then I went to Blake Roman and I got him to do this video for me. Like, I didn't plan on staying long at the con Sunday. I didn't really have much planned. That booth though. I know, right? And so this is, and again, guys, please remember what they say. Even though I don't show it, the stuff that both of them said, and I don't know how they figured it out, was exactly what I needed to hear. Onomatopoeia. That is a hard word. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood? So, This is Blake Roman's comfort video to me in Angel Dust's voice.
Pegasus Angel, guess what? You are worthy. No matter what you're thinking at this moment in time, it's been a hard day. If you're going through something that is just tough and difficult, and you don't really know how to find your way through, trust yourself, trust your gut. You're gonna get there. Take some time to breathe also, and give yourself some love and some joy. You're worthy of it. That's the main thing I want you to know. And the main thing I'm trying to learn is that I'm worthy too, so we can learn together. You got this, Toots. Bye.
Isn't that so sweet? Isn't that so sweet? That's Blake Roman, man. He is like one of the sweetest dudes I've ever met. I'm number one now. I mean, I used to stream. You did used to stream. Mini bobas. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, him and Alistair both had the character down in their facial expressions and their voices as much as they do. It was crazy. Him and Amir both. So yeah, those are special. Those are going to be just kind of for me when I'm having bad days. But I figured I'd show them because they did mean a lot. And as soon as he got done, like, he was sneaky about it. Freaking Blake Roman was sneaky about it, okay? Because he walked far enough away, I couldn't hear everything he said. Little sneaker. That's what he was. He was a little sneaky sneaker. And, so I didn't hear exactly everything he said until I went to the hotel that night and actually listened to it without all the con sounds around me. And I was like, oh my God, how did he know that's what I needed to hear? Like, how did he know this? So after that, I told him, I did the same thing I did with Amir. I freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I asked him, may I have a hug? And guys, Blake Roman gave me a hug. It was the sweetest thing. And then I was like, thank you so much for putting up with me this week. I know you've seen me, or this weekend, I know you've seen me several times. I really appreciate you. You're awesome. I'm like, you're super sweet. I really appreciate you. And then I said, I hope to see you at GalaxyCon in St. Louis in October. And shook his hand. And left. And that was the last thing I said to him. But see, I had been at Blake and Amir. Luna, I'm trying to talk. What do you want to say? She just knocks everything down. She doesn't give a shit. I almost bought the Cynthia one just to send to a good friend of mine. Oh yeah, that was a really nice Cynthia tumbler. And that is 100% Angel Dust. Why I love that character. I know. He got it down. You know, and so I did. I shook his hand. I said, I hope to see you at GalaxyCon in St. Louis. That's what I said. It's like, it's a little closer to home. Because Blake was actually the one who asked me where I was coming from the first day I met him. He's like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from Missouri. He's like, wait, you flew all the way here from Missouri? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why'd you do that? I'm like, to meet you and Amir. And some of the Star Trek dudes too, but mostly you and Amir. And he's like, oh, wow, well, I really appreciate that. So after I did that, I went back up to Amir's table. And I said my goodbyes to Amir, you know. Yes, don't forget to like the stream over on YouTube and subscribe. And I went to Amir's table and I said my goodbyes to Amir. And then I also was like, I really appreciate you putting up with me this weekend. I know I've come to your table every day this week. Hydrate. Gotcha, Moose. Go get a drink of water, Luna. Moose said you need to get a drink of water. Fossil Lover, how have you been? How have you been? So I went to Amir and he was signing he was signing this right here. Okay, he was signing this picture right here. And I said something along the lines of, thank you for putting up with me this weekend. I know it's probably really weird that I came and visited you more than once. And he's like, why do you think that's weird? I'm like, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. He's like, no, live your life. And then after he signed his name, because I had visited him every day that con, he put right here, Pegasus Angel, I'll see you tomorrow. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I'm about to cry. God damn it. God damn it. I thought I could make it through this without crying, but I did. I'm not. I'm not making it through without crying. So he said, Pegasus Angel, I'll see you tomorrow. And then I went back to Blake's table to get a autograph for one of my friends because I had forgotten. I'm like, I'm a bad friend. I forgot to get this autograph. No, Brandon Rogers wasn't at the Phoenix Comic-Con. He'll be at the St. Louis one, though, that I'm going to in October. Unless he cancels. What if they're watching? I highly doubt they're watching the stream. If they are, then I want to tell them thank you for making my weekend such a great weekend. But I've already told them that on Blue Sky. And I told them that in person. Because they were the ones that made the weekend amazing. Yeah, Amir was also waving to people as they walked by. Yes. Yeah, there were several that had short lines. I was surprised. And then the fact that when I was VIP, like, I could get all the autographs I wanted within, like, an hour. But no, like, Amir and Blake Rogers, oh my god. Amir and Blake Roman, I said Blake Rogers because I just read Brandon Rogers, made the con experience so amazing. Like, they were so sweet and so kind, and they didn't care that I came and saw them more than once. And neither did the people at their tables. Like, by Sunday, the security guard at their tables already recognized me and knew I was VIP. And there was another dude at Amir's table who already recognized me and was talking to me and actually remembered my name. That's how many times I went to see Amir and Blake Roman, guys. I think I have a problem. The movie Up, it was sad the mom died and the mom couldn't. Yeah, that was sad. But yeah, St. Louis Galaxy Con is Brandon Rogers is supposed to be there. I don't know if that's going to stay the same. Phineas and Ferb's voice actors were supposed to be there too, and they already canceled, which is unfortunate because I was excited about that. But that also means I have more money for Amir and Brandon and Blake and Christian Borle and Erica Henningsen. Yeah, no, it's not. But I felt like I was being a weird stalker fan. That's what I felt like. Which tells you guys kind of a little bit about how I feel about myself. Which is why that video from Blake Roman was so inspiring and needed. I could have a cosplay wear. It'd be awesome to see you in a cosplay, Nadina. I would love that. I actually just bought a cosplay for... I just bought a Velvet cosplay. That's going to be my cosplay. That's going to be one of my cosplays for the St. Louis Galaxy Con. Is the Velvet cosplay. And I'm going to get a selfie with Christian Borle in it. If he's still going after... Because it's in October, so there could still be a lot of people canceling and adding on. Because it's way in October. I've already got the hotel figured out. And I haven't paid for the hotel, but I got the hotel figured out and I already paid for the VIP tickets. Aren't. I meant aren't. If you're worried about being a crazy stalker super fangirl type, you probably are. I am. I know. I'm just kidding. You have the stuff to make a Zelda one? That'd be awesome. But no. The fact that Amir put on there, see you tomorrow, after I told him that I was sorry that I came to his table so much, but that he and Blake Roman were two of the reasons why I came from Missouri to see them, to Phoenix anyway. And he put, I'll see you tomorrow on there. It's really sweet. Super sweet. But anyway, so then I got Blake Roman's autograph for one of my friends. I went up to Blake Roman. I'm like, I'm a bad friend. I forgot to get my friend their autograph. And Blake was like, you are not a bad friend. You got your friend you came back and got the autograph, didn't you? And I'm like, yes. So it was like, oh my God. These people already could tell that I had issues of, bad self-talk to myself. And they were doing what they could to change it. And I just really appreciated it. I really did. Because just to be clear, guys, like, this was my first ever time taking a out-of-state plane to an out-of-state place without anybody coming with me but myself. So this was literally my first time having a solo trip with nobody that knew anything coming with me. Now, when Nadina was there, I was going to make a plabob for it. Aww. When Nadina was there, Nadina knew things about Arizona, and it was really nice to hear stuff and have her there because I had been feeling so lonely. Because, like I said, it was my first ever solo trip out of state. First ever solo plane trip out of state to something, and I was in state from Thursday until Monday. And then, so it was a big deal for me. Like, it's something I never would have done 2 years ago. But it was also very overwhelming. And, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nadina's been having a lot of sickness, but I'm hoping that everything works out. Yep, your mom definitely helped a lot. And I was so glad that I was able to help your mom get the autograph from the guy that she really wanted an autograph from by going in the VIP line. Because in my opinion, okay, so yeah, Luna is mad. I'm not giving her enough attention. So, like, Nadina, I was, like, really, really happy to help your mom out by taking my VIP pass and getting in line and letting her pick the picture and everything. Because in my opinion, if you are in a walker or a wheelchair, the VIP line should be the line you're in. You shouldn't be in that crowded line full of people where you could accidentally run over somebody. That's not safe. That's like a safety hazard. Yeah, Ron Perlman. No, bad mom. I know. Your mom was so sweet. I really liked her. I didn't really get to know your uncle very much because he didn't really talk to me much. But your mom was a sweet, sweet person. And I really was excited to meet her and you. And yeah, it was nice. Line an hour, then he goes on break. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I was able to help your mom get Ron Perlman's autograph early, and I'm glad. I can't believe that they were making people in wheelchairs and walkers stand in the general population line. Like, that makes no sense to me. That's not fair. Because these people are in walkers and wheelchairs for a reason. It's because they can't go far from places. You know what I mean? Okay, and so then, after I said my goodbyes to Blake and Amir and told them I'd see them at St. Louis Comic Con, or St. Louis Galaxy Con in October, and I was so grateful to have met them, and the fact that they were so sweet. Yeah, I get that. And I could tell, like, I'm not going to try to force someone to talk to me. If they're kind of staying, to themselves, I just kind of let them stay to themselves. They'll talk to me when they're ready. You know what I mean? And I know that. But I was so glad to be able to help your mom get that autograph. Yeah, it's not fair. These people that are in, like, wheelchairs and walkers and are being put in the general population line, that's not fair. Number one, it's a safety hazard for the people around them because they could actually accidentally bump into somebody while they're moving in the line. Number two, these people are in these things because they can't walk for long periods of time, which means they probably can't stay at events like this for long periods of time, so get them in first. You know, like even in my photo op, they let the people that had wheelchairs and walkers and stuff go first before they let the VIP people go, which is what you should do, in my opinion. But yeah, so after I said my goodbyes to Blake and Amir, and they figured out that I kind of talk bad about myself a lot and don't really do as good as I should at loving myself, and it was very obvious by the videos they did and the ways they were talking to me, I went and I got my last little friend. This is from the Have a Seat collection of Labubus. It's the second series. So when I got my last little friend, and then by then it was like 11:30, and so I went and I went to the West Building because they had an Obey Me cafe at the West Building. Yeah. I'm so thankful I was able to help your mom get her autograph as quickly as she did. Yep. I know. So then I went to the Obey Me Cafe, and it was alright. For anybody who doesn't know what Obey Me is, it's a cell phone game where you go to a school in hell, basically, and you have the seven demon brothers, which represent the seven deadly sins, as a part of your classes, and it's a really good game, and I'll probably play it on my channel eventually because it is a really good game, but I'd have to start a brand new game of it, and I don't want to get rid of all the good cards I have, so I'd have to do something else. I'm glad I was able to help her. But so then I went and I sat in line for that. And the Obey Me Cafe was okay. It wasn't as good as the Has-Been Hotel Cafe. But then again, I kind of fell in love with Vox because the dude playing Vox did so good staying in character and asserting his dominance. And we all know how I am about characters that assert dominance. And so, yeah. But I went to the Obey Me Cafe, and the only person that really was... Well, no, the Leviathan, who was at my table, because I got put at Leviathan's table, did pretty good staying in character. But Lucifer did great staying in character. The person that played Lucifer did great staying in character. And then Mammon, the girl that played Mammon, did really good too. Those were the three that were the best. And it wasn't as fun as the Has-Been Hotel Cafe, but I think it kind of helps that the guy that was running my table at the Has-Been Hotel Lounge was so into character that it was hard to tell whether he was really Vox or not, so you actually felt like you were getting individualized attention from Vox. You would have gone broke, yeah. I thought the arcade was you could play the games. I thought you could play the games for free on the arcade. But no, I did avoid the arcade. Like, I avoided a lot of things. And I still came back with only like $6 to my name. And so I went to that, and then they had the karaoke right next door. Because they had karaoke from 12 to 5 because the con closed at 5. So they had the karaoke right next door to that Obey Me Cafe. So I went to the karaoke room, and I just sat in there. I grabbed a plastic cup from the person serving beer. She gave me a plastic cup, and I filled it with water. And I just sat in there. I found a song I wanted to sing, which obviously was Respectless. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that the stuff is working on it. Think you need to buy a pass? Oh, for the arcade? Maybe. I don't know. But, so I went to the karaoke lounge. I got there about 1:15 because the Obey Me Cafe got done about 1:15. They were doing like 3 different sessions. And I grabbed Respectless, and it was actually not until like 4 o'clock before I sang my song. So I was already sore from being just being at the con and walking every single day. And then I have to sit at a table for like 3 or 4 hours waiting for my song, which wouldn't have bothered me at all. It didn't bother me at all. A lot happened while I was gone, I bet. It didn't bother me at all. What bothered me is when people didn't show up, and instead of going to the person that was next in the queue, someone could just walk up there and be like, I want to sing this song, and they would let that person in front of everybody else. That's what bothered me. And when that happened, the first time that happened, I walked up there and I'm like, hey, I just have a question. I said I wanted to sing Respectless about 1:30. I was wanting to see how many more songs until Respectless. God, Luna, be careful. And they told me 3. But I went up there because I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was not mad at all. I was enjoying the karaoke. I was enjoying every minute of it. But then they just let this random person in front of everybody who had actually taken the time to get there early and put their name in the queue. They let this random person in front of everybody. And so I went up and I'm like, when is my song? Like, I tried to be as nice as I could about it, you know, but I was a little frustrated. I had to follow up with the hospital, and the doc said it was draining. Good, I'm glad. I accidentally cut my arm while opening cookies. Ooh. Ooh, you got Twitch affiliate? And you may have gotten a tooth. Yuck. So, that was probably the only time I was actually frustrated at the con. And I don't normally get frustrated. I'm usually a patient person. But when I've been sitting there for 3 hours and I made sure to pick my song between 1:30 and 2 so that I could have a spot in the karaoke thing, and then you have the audacity to let some random person who walked up there because someone didn't show up go in front of all these people that have been in the queue? That just isn't fair. Like, let that random person that walked up be at the end. Finish the queue and then let that random person that walked up be at the end. For real. This just crack and egg meal is not great. Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel bad because I got so mad about it. But I was really upset about it. Yeah, back of the line, noob. You were using a knife to open the packet because it was a pre-made dough. Oh, I get that. But anyway, then I went back to the hotel and I kind of just chilled at the hotel. By that time, I don't really remember anything I did at the hotel. I was so exhausted from the con and so sore. I know I took 2 Tylenol. I think I watched a couple YouTube videos. I'm not for sure because, like, when you have dissociative identity disorder and your body is exhausted and sore, it's really hard to remember what's going on. Things were starting to feel like a dream. I'm gonna be real with you. I never thought I would enjoy what was basically a strip show, but I did. At the last con I was at, it was plus 18. Yes. They did IDs and everything. Yeah, they did IDs and everything for the plus 18s. Even the Has-Been Hotel sing-along, we had to show our ID to prove we were 18. And the Has-Been Hotel Lounge, we had to show our ID to prove we were 18. Yeah, they do. They have strip shows. Yeah. I didn't go to that because I went to the Has-Been Hotel sing-along. But there were people that were up there dressed up for the strip shows. Is it a participation sport? Yup. But yeah, no. So I was exhausted. My dissociative identity disorder was really acting up. So I don't remember what all I did when I got back to the hotel. I remember taking 2 Tylenol because I hurt so bad. I remember eating some food and taking my medicine. And then I can't remember if I watched anything on... I mean, I tried to stay up until 8 or 9, I think. And then I finally just collapsed in bed and slept. And then my body had the audacity to wake me up at 6 again. So like Sunday, I was like, woo, I'm getting used to the time zone change. Yay! You know, because I got up at like 8. But then on Monday, my body's like, nope, you're waking up at 6. Sorry, loser. You did caramel dancing to the songs? Oh, nice. And the original Hamilton cast came to do it since apparently this year is Hamilton. Is it 10-year anniversary for Hamilton? That's crazy. No, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. And so the next day, I basically just hung out in my hotel until about 10 or 11 because my flight didn't leave. My flight into Missouri didn't leave until like 6. So, but I had to check out of the hotel by 12. So I stayed in the hotel until about 10 or 11. And then they called me a taxi. The taxi took me to the Sky Harbor Airport. I went to go check in my bag, and the thing said, sorry, you can't check in this bag until 2:55 p.m. So I sat in the top area, in the top terminal area of the airport, and just played on my phone for several hours watching YouTube and things like that. And then I went and checked my bag in. And then, after I checked my bag in and got through I went to the security point, and I had bought a Dr. Pepper and a water because I had eaten some supper. I had eaten some food at like 2:30 just so I wouldn't need anything on the way home. I had gotten some water and some Dr. Pepper, and I went through the security checkpoint, and they stole my water and Dr. Pepper that I had just bought. And I was like, oh my God. And they're like, you can't take this through the security checkpoint. I'm like, what do you mean I can't take it through the security checkpoint? There's a freaking pop machine right there on the left. What the fuck? The flight was about 3 hours long. Oh, yeah. There was so much stuff. Next con you go to is going to be there in Tucson. I don't know how you say it. Tucson. I don't know how you say it. I'm sorry. But there was literally a soda machine on the left of the security checkpoint. And they're like, well, you have 2 choices. You can either step out of line and finish your drink. I had only drinking like maybe half of the Dr. Pepper. There was no way I was going to finish another half of it after stepping out of the line. Or you can abandon your drinks. And I'm like, I'll just abandon them. It's like, what's the point? Made it through the checkpoint, and then went to the soda machine that was literally on the left of the checkpoint, bought myself a Dr. Pepper and a water. Because I was going to have to sit in the gate, or at the gate. I was going to have to sit at the gate until about 6:34 when the plane took off. Well, about 3 o'clock, I got an email from the airlines, your flight has been delayed. And so my flight was delayed till 7:30. And then it got delayed again. And it said we weren't going to get home to Missouri until 12:30 in the morning. Tucson. Okay. Tucson. Okay. These security guards are jerks. I mean, I get it. I know you're not supposed to take that stuff on the plane. I know. Like, I know the rules. But if that's the case, why was there a freaking pop machine literally on the left side for you to buy pop and water from? Why? Why was that a thing? Like, for real. And so I sat at the gate until finally we started boarding about 7:34, 7:35. We got on the plane. We left about 7:45. And then I don't know if the pilot was flying faster than what they normally do or what, but we got home by 12:03, which was basically about the same time we were going to get home before the flight was delayed. Because originally I was going to get home at 11:54. Or get to Missouri at 11:54. They don't throw those out, just like the iPads they steal. Arizona did want to keep me really bad, man. And see, I even went early to the airport to see if there was an earlier flight to Missouri, but the only flight that went to Missouri from American Airlines was the one that I was on. So I had to wait and wait and wait and wait, just like if you were in a layover, and wait and wait and wait. And I watched my YouTube, and I read some of my book, and I played with my Labubu's, and I watched the airplanes leaving and coming into the airport, and I watched them putting luggage on the planes and taking luggage off the planes and all sorts of things. And then I finally got into the air of Arizona by about 7:40. We finally left to head home. 7:40 p.m., mind you. I had to check out of my hotel by 12 p.m. And I left my hotel at 11. Oh, it went well, Funtime Pinky. I've been talking about it this whole time. It's 9:03 and I still haven't finished everything yet. And I have to go to work at 9:15, or I have to quit at 9:15 because I got to go to work. But yeah, no. So I got back home in Missouri about 12:03. My mom was sitting by the carousel where my luggage would be dropped. And I gave her a big hug because I really missed her because I hadn't seen her since Tuesday. I saw my dad on Thursday because my dad drove me to the airport on Thursday. But I hadn't seen my mom since Tuesday. So when I saw my mom, I gave her a big hug. And I'm going to their house tomorrow and hope that my sister's there. Yes, drop a like. What did you do when you got there? I had a blast. I had a blast, and I will say this, Amir and Blake Roman made my first ever solo con experience so amazing, even if they did figure out that I had a little bit of issues with self-esteem. And put that in their videos with me. Despite the pain, I have fun. I agree. It was a blast. It was such a blast. Yeah, the Saturday that I was crying, I was like, okay, I'm having fun, but I'm probably crying because, number one, I'm tired. Time change has thrown me off. My body's been waking me up earlier than what I want to wake up. This is my first solo trip to a con that far away from family. Things like that. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I would not do much for a Klondike bar because I don't really like Klondike bars. Weather was hot. It wasn't bad. It was actually, I kind of like that. Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the live. I kind of liked the weather. Except for when I was in my Frisk cosplay on Sunday. Then it wasn't so fun because I think it was like 110 degrees. And my Frisk cosplay. Yeah, I heard there's a new update on Splatoon that I'm gonna have to add. That I'm gonna have to update on my Switch, so that we can play it Saturday on my channel. Yeah, I was wearing a long sleeve shirt because my Frisk outfit is literally a long sleeve shirt and blue pants. And then not only that, but I had a wig on my head that looked like Frisk's hair. Yeah, it was really hot when they left Saturday. But see, I wasn't in cosplay, so it didn't feel as bad. I think the hottest I felt was when I was in my Alistair cosplay. Because that cosplay had the wig, had 2 shirts, had a bow tie, had the pants, the boots. Like, there was no escaping being hot in that Alistair cosplay. It looked great. It looked amazing. And the little roach crown that was on my head in the Alistair cosplay was actually given to me by someone who was dressed as Nifty. And I got her contact information because I kept running into her during the con. And I'm going to be emailing her and talking to her and, just chilling. Yeah. Well, it's fitting because Alistair lives in hell. That's true. That's true. But yeah. It was. She put it on my head for me. She's like, well, she did a quote from the show, which I don't know how much of the show you watched, Moose, or have watched, Moose. But she did the quote from the show of, "I now dub thee King Roach," and she put the crown on my head. It was so adorable. She's really sweet. What did Alistair say about or what did Amir say about my Alistair cosplay? He said it looked fabulous. He told me I looked fabulous. Have you seen our daughter? And it was so fucking funny. I haven't seen the recap vid. So yeah, he did. He said, "You look fabulous." Heck yes. If Keith David ever shows up at a convention that I go to, I'm so getting a comfort audio from him. Just like I did Angel Dust and Alistair. And it was just, honestly, I will have to say my best experiences was with, well, let's see. My best experiences with actors was with Rain, Amir. Well, let me go in the right order. Amir and Blake were my top experiences, obviously. Charles Martinet was my second best experience, and then Rain was my third best experience. Because he actually was like, "Oh, what's this Pegasus Angel name?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my YouTube channel." He's like, "Oh, you do YouTube?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I don't talk about it much, but yeah, I do YouTube." He's like, "Oh, well, I'll have to check it out sometime." I'm like, "Well, you can if you want, but you don't have to." So if he's watching, Rain, you're awesome. You're amazing. I appreciate you. You were really sweet whenever I came up to your table. You were one of my favorite celebrities to meet. One of my favorite celebrity interactions I had. I want him to be as gruff as possible and get a grumpy pic with him. Heck yes. How did I react to that? I was just like, "Yeah, I have a YouTube channel." And then he said that he would check it out. I'm like, "Well, you can if you want, but you don't have to." Because, like, I don't really brag about my YouTube channel. So there were people there, and there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. But I met like 3 people while I was in line who literally was using the con as a way to promote their YouTube channel. That's literally what they were using the con for. And I was just like, okay. Now, one of them was a really nice person. I met one guy that had a YouTube channel who was super nice, who does speed paint, and would love to do a collab with him in the future. Really sweet guy. He was with me he was at the same table as me at the Obey Me Cafe. Does an extended eye roll. Yeah. Oh, with the fabulous? I just smiled. I said, "Thank you." But no, like, I don't really brag about my YouTube channel, which is why it stays so small, is because I'm not one that's going to go to a con just to promote my YouTube channel. And I don't understand, like, if you're going to spend all that money to go to a con, why is the only thing on your mind your YouTube channel? I didn't once tell, like, you know, I could have told Blake and Amir that I had a YouTube channel. I never once told them that. I just said Pegasus Angel was my internet online name. And that's what I went by. Now, Amir has liked a couple of my posts about Phoenix Fanfusion because he's on Blue Sky. And so he saw my name about Phoenix Fanfusion. And there is something on my Blue Sky that says cutest YouTuber, cutest, most innocentest YouTube streamer according to my community. But I didn't put my YouTube link up there. Because I just don't, I don't get it. But I'd only do it, well, yeah, and see, something I did do, and I will admit I did do this, the stickers that I bought, that I handed out, I put YouTube Pegasus Angel YT on it. On the back of it. But, like, I wasn't expecting to get anybody from that, you know? Because who's going to look at the back of that? They're going to just be like, "Ooh, sticker," and probably peel it off and place it somewhere. I only bring it up if either they ask or if it comes up naturally. Yeah. I just don't talk about my YouTube channel. Yeah, and see, I don't talk about my YouTube channel that often. Because you know what? I guarantee that if I had told Blake and Amir about my YouTube channel, they probably would have at least checked it out. And I say that because they seem to really, really like me. They seem to really enjoy the fact that I kept coming up and meeting them. They really liked the question I gave them at the Ask Me Anything. It was one of those questions that you don't hear very often at a con. If you do see Land Addict comment here, it's me and I forgot to switch back. I know, I forgot to give you a sticker! Oh no! Yeah, because I had Undertale stickers, Frisk stickers, Alistair stickers, and Has Been Hotel stickers. Oh no, I forgot. We got so busy though. We got so excited just going around and window shopping at the exhibitor hall together. We had such a blast, Nadina. We did. First class postage is cheap. That's true. That is true. Luna, honey, I'm almost done, and then I have to go to work, and you're gonna have to deal. I know. That's terrible, isn't it? How does it feel to be a beautiful person who has an amazing YouTube channel? I mean, I wouldn't say my YouTube channel is amazing, but I do enjoy doing YouTube. It is a hobby for me. What's window shopping? That's when you walk around and you just look at things. You don't really buy anything. You just look at things. I can't believe I forgot to give you stickers. I know. I can't believe I forgot to give you stickers. Oops. But anyway, so that was my con experience. It is 9:15. I have to go to work. I will be live on Friday with Fortnite. So look forward to that. We'll be playing some Fortnite together. What poors like me do because the credit card is maxed out. If anybody does end up going to my Ko-Fi page and spending $15, let me know because Thursday would be the movie night. And so I would want you to know, I would want you to tell me what movie you want to watch if you do pay the $15. But I have to go to work, unfortunately. It was a great con. It was amazing. I am very thankful for everything I got to do. I'm thankful for the memories I got to make, for the people I got to meet. And I'm very proud of myself for going on my first ever solo trip out of state. That's pretty cool. That's a big deal, which I know people probably don't realize that at 38, that's a big deal. But for me, that's a big deal because I've never done that before. But yeah, we will be live again on Friday. There should be a short about day 2 of the con on Thursday if you are not a member and have not yet seen that. To get some rest after work. I will try. I did have a blast. I had a blast. But proud of you for doing a trip like that successfully. That you had an awesome time. Yes, and that I got to meet Amir, which was amazing. Amir and Blake. And Blake is such a sweetheart. Oh my god. I could go on and on about how sweet Blake is. Like, he was so talkative and he was such a sweetheart. And him and Amir both. I was at their table pretty much 5 to 10 minutes every time I went up there. Because they would talk to me and it was just so sweet. It was adorable. I loved it. I did. I proved I could do it. I proved I could do it by myself, which is awesome. I proved that I could figure out airplane stuff all by myself and make it to a place far away all by myself, which is really good. But yeah, we're going to end it here for now, guys. There will be a short out about day 2 of con on Thursday. I will make a short about day 3 of con, which we covered pretty extensively in this live stream, but kind of a shortened version for people that couldn't make it to the live stream for whatever reason, so they don't have to try to find it. And that'll probably be coming out on Sunday, so look forward to that. Friday, we've got Fortnite. Saturday, we got Splatoon 3. So hopefully you guys will be here for both of those days. But until I see you guys again, much love, everybody. Mwah! Go out there, go spread some love and positivity today because you never know who needs it. And I hope to see you guys on Friday at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time with more Fortnite. Until then, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys